Oh my God, Ciri. The hell, girl. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Witcher. We're now into episode 5, which is called Turn Your Back. So the last episode was pretty much a lot more about Yennefer. We've kind of been getting a lot of Geralt and Ciri, which is great, but we didn't see a lot of Yennefer. I feel like she was kind of like, her story is kind of coming up as the B plot in the first half of the series, but we got a little bit more of her and, of course, the Nilfgaardian war criminal that she's traveling with. And what we really learned from that was that Yennefer is still somewhat struggling with her loss of her magical powers, or what appears to be the loss of her magical powers, but she was able to see a little bit more closely and keenly what elves are going through and why elves are so desperate to claw back any piece of power or just safety that they had before humans started to turn on them. And then on the other side, we did see Geralt and Ciri to some degree. Mostly that Ciri's now got a magical trainer. So there's all these linkages that are coming back to Ciri, as well as another huge reveal about her, which is that she might have this elder blood in her, which apparently is extremely rare and they thought was completely gone. But if not, then as Vesemir said, this could potentially be the opening to create more Witchers. So a lot of moving parts are going on right now. And the fact that we're hitting the mid-season episode, well, not even, because there's only 8 episodes this season. So we're at episode 5. I got to wonder what they're going to do with this information and how far we're going to go this season. But we're not going to know until we get into the episode. So we're going to jump in. But before I do, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you like what you see and you will consider hitting that like button. If you do, it helps the algorithm see that I'm here, and it just helps my channel out a lot, and I very much appreciate it. And if you really like it, then maybe you'll hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when I do more reactions to this show, as well as many others that are in the same vein. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Hopefully today will be the day that you join the fam as well. We're on a march to 10K, and I would love to see you there with me. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the episode right about now.
How fortunate then for us both that I'm not working for Nilfgaard.
Okay. New players entered the chat. We're right back to singing. Okay, well, what happened? He got snatched last episode. Or is this like before this happened?
Was I last? My playmate had a little brother that was born with no ears.
Woo!
Just some little lumps of flesh like cauliflower.
Not this Caribbean accent. Yes, sis. Me lovey. You better chat your thing, sis. No, I like it. We haven't really heard a lot of accents in this show. I love the idea that the Caribbean is in this world. Okay, so maybe the guy who was let out of prison is the person who grabbed the bard.
Or if this is about your wife, your mistress, niece, then I can promise you that wasn't me. I've never met them. You've got the wrong man.
I'd like to see your ass. Those who watched last season know.
Hello, yes, yeah.
So they know each other. Ooh, Scales of Justice. What is this episode going to be about?
Do you know the Celestine Tower just outside the city?
Yes, I know it. I know it's one of the oldest in existence.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
It's not there no
It
more.
fell
Yeah.
during the slaughter of Sintra.
I know who broke it.
It's that they were nesting in the subterranean structure for years, which might explain the unique mutations.
Is there a problem?
I'm trying to help elves find refuge here. You have any idea how completely fucking insane you sound?
That's why I brought proof, because I knew that you were going to be a dumb idiot. Yeah, explain that then. Ha ha!
Will you help me or not?
Right? Hardy har har. All these northern guys are really arrogant.
Come on, you know you want some.
You're a little too aggressive, man. Make them want it. Make them come to you.
Half when you return.
You?
Well then, never look a gift door in the mouth.
Gift whore? I've never heard that term, but now I will be using it again. Oh, Yennefer, you need to hide better than that. And that cloak is so loud. Can you not find some rags? A little mud on the face, just something. Looking pretty clean and rich.
It's this way.
I just wish Yennifer were here. This would be so much fun. Just have like her ex and her new man just like bickering but having to work together. So fun. That's enough of that. Really? He is a mage. Geralt's like, I was gonna have fun. All right, Ciri, let's do this. Show that strong man. Nerve of him.
Geralt said that when you know how to fight something, it becomes less threatening.
Can't really fight magic. Anything to distract herself from what she's scared of.
Ciri's here, and you arrived too. It can't be a coincidence.
She is a living, breathing girl.
Thank you.
Not some tool for you to use when you're desperate.
Precisely.
I liked you better when you were cynical old codger.
But yeah, I don't know about hope. I feel like there's still desperation underlying that hope.
It's because she wants to.
Thank you.
She gets to decide.
At the very least, let her know what she's getting into before you try to turn her into a guinea pig. But I still don't know if I like this. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's not so black and white with Vesemir. I completely understand his desperation. But like she said, Ciri is not just like a lab experiment. She's a living, breathing person with a life and ambitions. She may not want to give her blood forever.
When I lose a man, he's usually back at the first place I found him. Bottom of a bottle.
She's right about that. I mean, not exactly in the way that she meant, but she's right.
Leaving me at home to rot?
This is my wife. She has nothing to do with this. Please let her go.
You know what's good for you, leave. Now.
If you know what's good for you, you'll leave.
Oh, no, please don't hurt. Just leave her alone, please. She's done nothing.
Dumbass. Frickin' dumbass. You deserve that shit. You nerve of you. Put a hand on a woman. But I love this. It's showing you how ingenious my girl Yennifer is. She thinks on her feet, girl. And when her boyfriend finds out you put hands on her, whoo! I cannot wait for Geralt to cut your head off, sir. Wow, Ciri. Ciri's like, this is my handiwork. Thank you. What would be the mark? A+?
I have to go down there.
We have to go down there.
He's grown. Let him go if he wants. He might be able to levitate. Levitate the both of you.
Mutated them with elixirs. Made them faster, stronger. Brutal enough to kill the beasts.
Ooh, better, faster, stronger.
But I think you can help. Ever heard of Fainwood?
Can't say I have.
My grandma, she hated the elves.
Sometimes our deepest hate is for the things we cannot change about ourselves.
Ooh, that was a deep line. Geralt's gonna be so pissed that he had this conversation without him.
With a vial of your blood, we could protect generations to come.
Only a vial? That's where it's gonna stop? Okay.
You have to test it on me first.
Forget it.
Well, there you go.
Please, just let me help heal something for once.
Then just give him the blood. Do not put this weird condition on it. You are already, like, not a normal human. That concoction could kill you or turn you into something that's even more monstrous. And he doesn't even know what he's doing. This is such a bad idea. I don't like it. But I also don't think that he should be doing it on other children either, so I don't know.
Plus, scars from the conjunction. Leftover points of impact.
Makes sense.
Yes, I've read books before.
Now think about it. Monsters didn't exist.
Geralt! He's like, stop acting like I'm stupid just because I'm pretty. I mean, I understand Ciri desperately wanting to be stronger, but I don't like this. But then again, it may not affect her the same because she's already got the blood in her.
She wants to be the first.
The first?
New Witcher. That was her choice.
You don't let that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
You don't get to play damsel in distress. That's my job.
I was like, sir.
Are we working this morning, love?
That's what she said. Working what? My foot in your balls, hell yeah. Nerve. It's all about coin.
Girl's got away.
Maybe there's another way to find out where your powers came from.
Thank you. Alternative solution that doesn't require you almost dying. Let's do this.
Clear your mind.
I like the way she comes to Ciri and actually kind of gets to the heart of the matter. Like, Geralt's trying, but he's just kind of like, tell me what it is. What is this? You know, he's just kind of so gruff. And I like that she came to Ciri like, I know there's an underlying issue here. What is it? Tell me what you think you're going to get from this. And then offer a solution. Needs to go deeper. These are very recent memories. I think there's something a little deeper, Ciri. Come on. You got to let go. There it is. The source of your fear.
Do you like a story?
You can see us. What's wrong? This isn't how it's supposed to work.
Elder blood. Interesting. So this must be Ciri. Or something in Ciri. I mean, after all, human mages don't understand the depths of elven magic, so...
This isn't how it's supposed to work at all.
Can you not tell her that right now? Although she doesn't seem scared. I also keep wondering if Ciri's parents are actually dead. I mean, lost at sea has a lot of meanings. Did they?
Ciri, come on, wait. I don't want to leave him yet. Something isn't right.
Or you just don't understand it. Oh, is this the monolith maybe? Or one of the monoliths? We still haven't figured out what's talking to her. Because there was some voices last season. We need to explore this though. I know that the mage has got valid reasons to want to run away, but I think Ciri does need to explore this because she can't run from it forever.
How is it?
Okay. I want to know what that was. Wait, she had the talking tree the last time something like this happened, right?
If the original spheres are still out there somewhere, and our monoliths are calling to them.
Another conjunction? Does that mean?
Using our monoliths as gateways.
That was deep and that was fun. But you know what that means? It means the elves can leave. They can go back to maybe their old world and lock the door on humans. Or no, this is their world. Push the humans out. That's it.
I came to Sintra because I thought someone might be here. A woman.
Yennifer.
Yennifer.
Oh! Here we go.
Unthinkable.
You would have...
Do you know Yenna?
Yen.
Ah!
I did.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
Is he about to find out the truth finally?
I thought after Sodden, after everything they did to her at Eretusa, she
Oh!
would make her way here for refuge.
Realization! She's alive? Mm-hmm. She's alive. Say it.
Yen's alive.
Yes, boo. Yes, boo. And that little hoe you got back at the keep didn't tell you. Shady.
Do you know who she is?
I was hoping you did. This is your vision thing.
You will destroy them.
You cannot help us.
Whoa. The elves are mad.
Time of contempt is nigh. The world will die amidst frost and be reborn of the new sun.
Oh, we heard that. This is the prophecy again. Okay, we got some horsemen of the apocalypse. Oh, hell. I'm glad we're getting this, though. Ciri needs to hear it. Oh, yo, whoa, Ciri, what you doing, girl? How? Holy crap! Oh my god, Ciri. The hell, girl? Stop it. It's not her fault.
You will destroy us all. I saw it.
You probably deserve it. I'm kidding. I'm only Team Ciri, Geralt, and Yennefer. I'm sorry. Shady cow. Yennefer would never have done that to her. Never. She gonna drink that elixir now.
Whose voice was that?
Mm-hmm. It's like, I gotta go. Bye. Can we go now? We were even supposed to be down here. It's like a rock monster. Oh, and she flies. Good luck. Y'all screwed.
Fuck.
Exactly. Thank you.
There's a girl who called to you.
None of your business. Please stop this from happening.
Now.
Don't do it.
I said,
Vesemir, don't.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
No matter how hard I train, no matter what I do, it will never be enough.
You are already enough, Cirilla.
Right? Period.
To be indifferent to the past, to the lies, to the things I've done.
He's not, honey. He's just very good at hiding it.
Neither you nor I can just forget who we are.
No matter what.
Is to kill the hatred that we may hold on to
Woo! Preach.
and move on.
Girl. Feelings don't make you human. No feelings, you actually are a monster. He's like, if you were my daddy, I would slap the hell out you. Best you not say anything, lest you say something you regret. I feel you on that one, Geralt, because what were you thinking, sir? Props to him if he figures it out on his own, though. He was annoying in season 1, but we can't deny that he is smart. Messing with things you shouldn't be messing with. That monolith should have fell on your head. That tower looks a bit like a monolith.
I've never had a partner before.
Neither have I.
Women running things.
It's not terrible.
I like this Fringilla. She seems a lot less annoying now. Kind of like the idea of a sister being a liberator, just saying. Well, let's see how he takes Fringilla being in charge, because I don't think he's going to like it. He was pretty cheeky to her last season.
Welcome back to your land, son.
He got so tall, I literally can't believe how much he grew in 2 years.
Welcome home. Good to see you alive.
Isn't? It's a shame, actually.
Then you're back to the forest.
Peeping Tom's getting a clink.
Really? Y'all molest women on the regular, and peeping Toms is where you draw the line.
I'm the key to you getting your power back.
Interesting.
All you have to do is deliver me to the right lock. A shattered black door just outside Sintra.
Okay, so now I'm starting to think that this old lady is actually from one of these other worlds that they were just talking about. Okay, I've got theories now. She's got theories, guys. I've got some ideas. The wheels are spinning because I was kind of trying to figure out what is this old woman's deal? What is up? And now I think, okay. All right, so that was episode 5 of The Witcher, and I'm going to spin this theory right now because if I don't do it, I'm going to forget. Based on what we heard from, Yennefer's ex there, he thinks that the monoliths were actually the gates to like these other worlds, basically. Like before they thought they were like remnants, like he said, but actually potentially they were actually the gateways. And when they were still in like solid form, they somewhat were keeping the other worlds that they originated from at bay from like basically colliding with this one again, right? Ciri broke one, right? Which first time that's ever happened, right? Like they said, they believed up until now you couldn't break these mothers. Ciri did. Once it broke, shards everywhere, monsters are coming. We thought they were being created by these stones, but really, according to his theory, they're actually just coming through. Like the gate's been broken open, so they just keep coming through. So if that's the case, and the monoliths are now talking to each other, like he said, they're all waiting to be broken. What if this old lady, or whatever she appears to be to everybody, is actually from another one of these worlds? And now she's figured out that since Ciri is the key to breaking these gates, basically, she needs her to do it. Like she needs either, I'm thinking that Ciri has to like either take out another monolith or do something that's going to like shut down the entire monolith network. And then the gates will be fully open, or at least the gate to where she's from, which, once that's open, I mean, it could be the monster realm for all we know. So what we've seen, it seems like, well, it's just not true. I was going to say that from what we've seen, monsters aren't like intelligent, but that's not true, because you look at things like Strigas or the monster from the first episode of this season. Sometimes they're human-like, or they have the ability to think and reason. So, what if the monster world's just trying to get into this one, and they figured out that Ciri's the way to do it? And then it makes sense, because Yennefer is crazy powerful, but more than that, Yennefer's desperate. Like, I love that moment there where she said, look, I'm not here to be in debt to you. I will trade, but I'm not going to be in debt. But this monster's like, no, I'll tell you what you need to do to get what you want. But of course, in Yennefer getting what she wants, they get what they want. That makes sense, because Yennefer, as we see, like, she's struggling. She's struggling so hard without having her magic because, again, as I talked about a lot in the last episode, she identifies so much with her power. And not even in it is her, but she feels like it's her real purpose. And so the idea of living without it and being in situations like the one she was in with these guards, just treating her a certain way, and just so many times this episode where having her magic would have made her life so much easier. She doesn't really know how to live without it now, right? Because we don't know exactly how old Yennefer is, but it's been at least a couple centuries of her living with, or centuries, I should say. I don't even know. It's been a long ass time anyways, at least a few generations of her living with her magic now. So she lived with it longer than she didn't. Let's put it that way. So she really doesn't know how to fabricate a whole new life without magic, especially in a world like this where being a woman is already quite dangerous. And we've already seen how many times that she's almost been assaulted, mostly by men, to be real. And the fact that she's a woman just kind of being a big disadvantage, where it was kind of a power that she could play into along with her magic in the past. So the idea of reforging everything from scratch, like, I almost think she wouldn't be so scared or desperate about this if it wasn't in the middle of a war where she was wanted and people wanted to use and abuse her, right? Like, there's never been a worse time for Yennefer to be powerless, so to speak, as far as the magic goes. It's very much not a fair fight, right? Because a lot of the people who are coming for her are mages. And so if they're coming at her with magic, she's got nothing in return. That's very dangerous for her. So I understand that she's kind of got a back to the wall situation, and whatever this thing is, it's figured it out. But so if that's the theory I'm going with, then how does Cintra, Nilfgaard, and the elves fit into the equation then? What use does she have? Unless maybe, the only other thing that maybe I'm thinking is that the reason she wants Nilfgaard to help the elves round everybody up and get them all in one place, because I was thinking about that, I'm like, isn't it a little dangerous to have all the elves potentially, or like 90% of the elves on the continent all in one place? Kind of easy to wipe them out if that happens, right? Especially since probably in that group, there's only like a handful of mages. I mean, those mages are hella powerful, but still. So what if this thing gave Frangilla and, I think her name's, I can't remember, what is the name of that other chick? Give me 2 seconds. I'll find it. Francesca. I was right. Okay. Frangilla and Francesca are very close together. Anyway, what if she told Frangilla and Francesca that plan, because it gets all of the elves together, and then potentially with the Nilfgaardians, they're all part of this white flame religion, which we still know very little about. Getting them all generally together-ish in the same place, what if they're the only ones who might be able to put up a significant fight against whatever this thing is that's trying to get into this world? So they think if we get them all together in the same place, we can wipe them out in one blow. And we use Yennefer as somebody who's quite powerful to help us basically break open any kind of restraints there are from keeping us out. And then, of course, if Yennefer's going after Ciri and somehow, like she said, steal, it's very interesting to use. She used the word steal the power back, as in what? Steal Ciri's power? Because if she steals Ciri's power, Ciri no longer can work against them. And if they think they can use and manipulate Yennefer, This is only a half-baked theory, guys. I'm just kind of working through this based on what they're giving us, but I feel like it's something like that. And if that's the case, then we'll see if Yennefer is very smart, though. We know that Yennefer is a lot smarter than she often lets on, and her will is iron. And that's one thing that whatever this thing is, I think it thinks it knows Yennefer. You know, that whole thing about, oh, I can smell your desires like rotting flesh. It's like, okay, I don't think you know Yennefer quite as well as you think you do, because I don't think it expected Yennefer to walk away the first time when she realized her magic was gone. But, yeah, that's what gives me hope, actually, is that Yennefer is, her will is iron. She is unbreakable. I mean, maybe she needs to play along for a while, because, I mean, it will lead her to Ciri. It's the first time she's seen Ciri's face now. So now we've got the full trifecta of everybody knowing about everybody, so to speak. But, of course, with this introduction, I'm scared that Yennefer is going to come to Ciri with a different type of energy and definitely not trusting her. But Geralt is in the middle, and she does trust Geralt to some degree, so I'm hoping that that'll be enough to help her understand that whatever, mind you, I was going to say whatever this witch said might be a lie, but mind you, I don't think that Yennefer fully trusts this witch either. I think it's just a difficult situation, because that witch, that old witch, she seems to know a lot, but at the same time, I think Yennefer can tell that there's an agenda there that's not being shared. So anyway, that was an interesting way to end the episode. It definitely has a lot of questions it sparked in my mind about this overall plot, about what's going on here with these monoliths and the new monsters and what this evolution is that's been happening in the world. But if that's the case, it's pretty terrifying. And again, it all ties back again. We have that prophecy that happened yet again. We saw that that Francesca got the expression about how the whole world will die in frost and, a new flame and all that stuff that we heard. And then now we heard Ciri hear the exact same prophecy again. So all of this seems to be following a path, and Ciri is clearly a big part of it. But I think, again, whatever this thing is trying to put all the chess pieces in place to make sure that this prophecy occurs. So I think the only person who maybe hasn't heard it is Yennefer. But yeah, it just kind of frames, this bigger plot that's going on and trying to figure out exactly what we're leading to. But anyways, for now, we'll see what Yennefer decides to do. She does want some power back. There's no doubt about it. I know she doesn't want to be chaos free. And I love that she said there that she deserves to survive. That's absolutely true. She doesn't deserve to die, especially because she saved lives. And that's the reason she's in this place. But it's going to come down to what she's willing. It's going to come down to how far she's willing to go to get that back, to get that sense of what she believes to be herself back. But at the moment, she does feel like she doesn't have anything. And that's part of the problem. I've been saying it since episode 2, though, that once Yennefer finds Ciri, and I think when she starts to develop the relationship with Ciri like Geralt has with her, she'll discover a new purpose. And that's going to be a game changer for her on a lot of levels, because Yennefer wants to be a mom. She wants to care for somebody. And while that may never happen biologically for her, having Ciri is a great way for her to channel that motherly, maternal energy into something and be able to create a legacy, as it were. And I think that will change a lot of how she's feeling about these desperate measures she needs to take. So anyway, I don't think we really need to talk about the escaped mage at this point. He's clearly going to go after the girl. We all know that, again, all roads are leading to Ciri at the moment. I'm a little worried about what that might mean, though, for the Witchers that are still there, because this is winter. This is where they go in the wintertime. If this mage shows up to Cameron and slaughters half, if not all of them, in the name of trying to find Geralt, and it will definitely bring more impetus to what Vesemir was worried about the entire episode, which is that Witchers are going to be extinct. And we might as well just go right into that then. That was the other big issue of the episode, and I talked about it a bit last episode, so I don't want to talk too much about it in this one, but Vesemir's desperate. Marigold had it right. He's very desperate to keep Witchers alive, and I said in the last episode, this is the only family that he knows, and because Witchers are so isolated from everybody else in the world, that sense of family that he has with them would be all the stronger. He would feel all the more passionate about not losing it. And I think it is somewhat a worry that the world's going to continue with monsters and no one to fight them. But I think more personally, he's just scared of basically becoming a footnote in history and nothing else. And when you act out of desperation, bad things happen. That's where it is coming from. Despite him saying, oh, he's hopeful, I think he's more desperate than he is hopeful. And I do like that he at least talked to Ciri and let her know exactly what her blood was going to be used for and didn't force her or try to steal it from her. But that whole deal he brokered with her was so wrong. Ciri is not an adult. She's not old enough to make that decision. The kids back in the day when they were still being turned into Witchers were not old enough to make that type of a decision. They made it back in the day because they literally had no other option for survival. Ciri is not in that dire straits by any stretch. Vesemir really was just being selfish in allowing her to make that deal. I don't think that he wanted to hurt her, obviously. It's not like it came from a bad place, but I'm glad that Geralt showed up when he did and stopped it. The whole Witcher issue is very difficult for me because I do understand where Vesemir's coming from. And I talked about it already a lot, that I don't think Witcher's time is over yet, but I don't agree with the way that they're created. If they could find a more humane way to do it, then I would say fine, but it's horrible. And the mortality rate, as we saw, is pretty high. it just, to me, doesn't seem like it's something that should continue. And so anyway, but the fact that Ciri was even thinking of doing it, I mean, I get why. And I do like that they took the time in the episode to get to the heart of why Ciri keeps acting the way she does, because she wasn't telling Geralt, and we were only seeing it really from Geralt's perspective. She finally admitted to Marigold that she just feels very useless. She feels like she's just a liability and causing a lot of problems. And, you know, she's scared all the time. And so this is kind of one of the reasons she wants to do this. And then when she finally says the real reason she's doing all this is that she thinks that this Witcher's elixir is going to like erase her emotions and make her this statue that won't feel anything. No fear, no sadness, no regrets. It's just going to be, let's fight, right? And that's not the case, right? There's so many factors she does not understand yet that she's going to understand with age, which is Geralt is not emotionless. He's just very good at hiding it. He's not without regrets. He's full of them. He's not without emotion. He, again, just stifles them or keeps them to himself. That has nothing to do with being, you know, with the Witcher's concoction. That's just something that they've learned to do, that they were trained to do, but also because, you know, they've been alive for so long. You know, it's something where for some of them, they just become very repressed and they become very stoic because it's a way for them to deal with it, which is not a good way to deal with it. But we already see that Geralt is changing, right? Being around Ciri has opened him up so much. And even Yennefer helped him to feel like loving and having love and a family were something worth having in this life after so long of not having these things. So anyway, but now that Geralt knows that Yennefer's alive, finally, he's going to go looking for her and seeing if he can reunite the group. And I guess at just the right time, because I think that rogue mage is on his way to Kaer Morhen. So we'll see what happens going forward. But now, like I said, they all know about each other. I think the reunion is going to be interesting if and when it happens. Whew, another great episode, guys. I'm loving this. Like, I like that this one didn't really end so much on a cliffy, but it definitely gave a lot to think about. And like, I like that they're taking their time to build the story and tell us the story without necessarily having it all be like monster killing every episode. Although a big ass monster just flew into the world in this past episode. But yeah, we're getting more and more of the bigger world involved. And I like that because season 1 was very contained to kind of Sintra and a few of the northern kingdoms. But we're now starting to see the scope of the Witcher world, which I'm very much enjoying. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and we will see you in the next episode.